Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Prime Minister of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Excellency President Emmanuel Macron, my dear brother President Qasim Jomart Tokayev, Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. I would like to express my profound gratitude to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, France and Kazakhstan, as well as the World Bank for organizing this timely summit to deliberate upon one of humanity's most pressing challenges, water security. Excellencies, water is the lifeblood of our planet, a cornerstone of economic development, food security, and environmental sustainability. This life-sustaining resource, however, is coming under great pressure. Nearly half of the world's population is facing water scarcity for at least part of the year. Billions remain without clean drinking water as water pollution is rising at alarming levels. Water resources are fast depleting and degrading, displacing millions and causing unprecedented destruction. This is not a distant threat, but a flashing sign for all of us to see and act speedily. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is no stranger to these challenges. Our rivers, glaciers, and aquifers are increasingly vulnerable to the impact of climate change and population growth. To this day, we are still grappling with the 2022 catastrophic floods that hit Pakistan like never before. Widespread damage to our water resources and irrigation sector, and on top of that, affecting millions of lives and livelihoods. At the same time, drought pose an equally potent threat to our country. Nearly 70% of our land consists of arid and semi-arid areas, and around 30% of our population is directly affected by drought-like conditions. As one of the 10 countries most vulnerable to global climate change, such impacts and losses are likely to rise further for Pakistan in the absence of concentrated international actions. Excellencies, water transcends political boundaries, connecting nations and fostering shared ecosystem. Pakistan therefore attaches great importance to transboundary cooperation. The Indus Water Treaty, which governs the sharing of the Indus Basin's waters, is one example of such an arrangement. Yet, in recent years, the treaty has come under unprecedented stress due to a number of factors, including construction of upstream dams. Its effective functioning is key to maintaining regional peace, stability, and progress. Excellencies, our Recharge Pakistan initiative aims to address climate-induced flood risks and mitigate drought impacts through ecosystem-based adaptations. Also, we are finalizing a national drought plan that identifies the most drought-affected areas and proposes effective response mechanisms to mitigate the impact of drought in these areas. Ladies and gentlemen, at the global level, I would submit for your kind consideration a number of steps to overcome water-related challenges. First, We need international cooperation and collaboration to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all, as provided for in the SDG 6. Second, exchange of knowledge and expertise as well as transfer of technologies on innovative water management must be prioritized. Third, adequate funding for climate resilient infrastructure and overcoming financing gap remains critical for climate vulnerable countries. Fourth, we must also focus on framework for transparency, data sharing and regional cooperation to avoid conflicts and promote water sharing. Fifth, we must invest in skills development, research and institutional strengthening to tackle water challenges at national and global levels. Last but not the least, we require strong political will and global leadership to overcome the water crisis. In this regard, I would like to deeply appreciate and commend the visionary leadership and timely initiative of His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to establish the Global Water Organization. We are proud to join this initiative as one of its founding members and look forward to providing all possible support in achieving its important goals. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I am reminded of the joyful scenes of children playing along the river canals that traverse my home city, Lahore in Pakistan, and the fisher folk and their boats along the river Ravi. These cherished memories serve as a poignant reminder of what is at stake. As leaders, policymakers, and custodians of the future, it is our duty to ensure that these rivers, lakes, and aquifers that have nourished civilizations for centuries must not be reduced to tales of the past. I thank you.